अब आतंकियों की बची खुची जमीन को भी मिट्टी में मिलाने का समय आ गया है।
पाकिस्तान अपनी टाइम, प्लेस और अपने मीन से चूजिंग के साथ जब हमला करेगा, द होल वर्ल्ड विल कम टू नो। वो नजर भी आएगा, उसकी गूंज भी सुनाई देगी।
Drunk on the illusion of power. Narendra Modi launched aggression against Pakistan. His dream was to wipe Pakistan off the map.
अब आतंकियों की बची खुची जमीन को भी मिट्टी में मिलाने का समय आ गया है।
To divide it and to dry up its roots.
भारत के हक का पानी भी बाहर जा रहा था, भारत के हक में रुकेगा और भारत के ही काम आएगा।
On one hand, the enemy was projecting Pakistan as a failed state on the global stage, while on the other, it was portraying India as the regional superpower. Modi relied on the illusion of a strong economy and the arrogance of military power. His Air Force possessed the latest fourth generation Rafale fighter jets for limited strikes and reconnaissance. He had a fleet of thousands of drones. The Indian Navy had aircraft carriers like INS Vikrant, nuclear submarines, and satellite intelligence. In addition, a ground force of around 1.4 million troops equipped with modern tanks and heavy artillery. With all this, Modi's intoxication with power seemed justified. In Modi's view, 99% of the war against Pakistan was already won. Only one final blow remained, a decisive airstrike by the Indian Air Force on the night between May 9th and 10th, Shorkot and Miawali air bases. But what happened next was witnessed by the whole world. Pakistan's military spokesperson, DGISPR, had repeatedly warned that if India continued to target civilian areas, a response would follow, one that would echo around the globe.
पाकिस्तान अपनी टाइम, प्लेस और अपने मीन से चूजिंग के साथ जब हमला करेगा, तो हमें और आपको इंडिया के मीडिया की जरूरत नहीं उसे बताने की। द होल वर्ल्ड विल कम टू नो। वो नजर भी आएगा, उसकी गूंज भी सुनाई देगी।
But the intoxication of power had gone to the heads of Indian warriors. This arrogance shattered the moment Indian aircraft entered the adjoining airspace. Because Pakistan didn't just have radar, it also had eyes in space, provided by allied country China's satellites. Modern systems like Saab's AWACS were detecting and tracking enemy aircraft. To hit Indian jets, Pakistan deployed PL-15 active radar-guided long-range air-to-air missiles, ready to turn intruders into a lesson. These missiles were being guided by a modern command and control system. When guided by advanced AWACS, the PL-15 becomes a ghost, invisible and deadly, striking before it's even seen. This is exactly what happened with the Rafale jets. This wasn't just an air battle to be won with more fighter jets. This was network-centric warfare, and the Pakistan Air Force had executed it with skill. Even an Indian Air Marshal admitted that the Rafale jets were destroyed.
You know, we are in a combat scenario and losses are a part of combat.
When the Indian Navy saw what had happened to the Air Force, the aircraft carrier Vikrant dared not approach Karachi's coast. That's because Pakistan Air Force and Navy had a combined mission ready, the P-3C Orion, capable of reaching Vikrant at 411 nautical miles per hour and sinking it. The radar had already locked on to Vikrant, prompting the Indian Navy to pull it back to a distant port. These few days of skirmishes proved that in modern warfare, respect isn't earned through slogans, but through smart strategy and decisive deterrence. Pakistan's armed forces sent a clear message to the enemy. India can be watched, tracked, and stopped. Modi's adventurism exposed on the global stage that India is neither an economic giant nor an invincible military power. The West will now think twice before relying on India. Meanwhile, the Islamic world, especially Arab nations who were hesitant, will now redefine their ties with India. Modi now has no choice but to retreat. What he thought would be a simple surgical strike has instead inflicted on India a technical, political, and ideological defeat. The India-Pakistan conflict has now transformed into a bilateral issue into one of international importance. Solving the Kashmir dispute has become necessary as it is now a global issue. Modi's dream of an Akhand Bharat lies in ruins, shattered by his own miscalculated aggression.